Come.
Colonel Preston, sir.
At ease, Colonel. This morning we discussed the forthcoming visit of the protecting powers. In your case, the Swiss government.
Before that, Commandant, there is something I would like to discuss.
Yes?
Our rations are being depleted.
I don't understand, Colonel.
Your orderlies inform us that 3 British rations are being taken daily to the town jail.
Our orderlies usually report to me, Colonel.
In that case, Commandant, you are privy to the same information as I.
Please come to the point.
You are holding in solitary confinement in the town jail 3 British commanders. Their names are...
Unlike you, Colonel, I do not know their names because we are not holding them. They are being held by the SD, the political wing of the SS.
They are British soldiers captured in battle. As such, they are prisoners of war.
You are here this morning, Colonel, to discuss the forthcoming visit of the Swiss mission.
May I remind you, Commandant, that the town jail is considered for administrative purposes to be part of this prison. That means that you are responsible for those men's welfare, as I am. I would be failing my duty if I did not bring that matter to your attention.
Very well, Colonel. You have now brought it to my attention. May we please see to the matter in hand?
Commandant, I ask that those men be brought up here to this castle and be given their rights under the Geneva Convention, Section 3, which applies to all men captured in uniform.
You must understand my position. These men are in transit. They are here for a very short while. Now, even if it were possible on humanitarian grounds to bring them up to the castle, I would be overruled by another authority. Now, that is the situation. I regret it, but there's nothing I can do about it. Now, will you please take a seat, Colonel, so that we can get on with the matter in hand?
Yes, of course. Then it would be possible. Good. You are most kind. Thank you so much. Yes? I'll hit.
Come.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if I might have a word with you.
Of course.
Thank you, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Well?
I have been giving some thought to this matter of the commando, sir. I assume that Colonel Preston will continue to be troublesome. Undoubtedly, he will bring it up at the visit of the protecting power next week. If they were to become involved, the situation might prove embarrassing, sir.
Go on.
It occurs to me that I might be able to help if I were to make a telephone call to the right quarters, you understand. Possibly I could arrange for the transfer of the commandos here on a temporary basis, if that is your wish, sir.
Very well. If you succeed, please let me know and I will inform Colonel Preston.
Permanente block, rooms 8 and 9.
Yes, sir, Major.
Oh, and you can dispense with the usual processing. It will not be necessary.
Yes, sir, Major. As regards security, I thought I'd double the guard. The corridor is
That will not be necessary either. See that they are made comfortable.
Yes, sir, Major. Just a few lines to say that I got bagged at Boulogne. So I'm not able to bring back the claret I promised you. We have been taken to Colditz Castle. This is an early example of railway Gothic, much in need of modernization. The commanding officer of the prison is a colonel named...
Enough.
It says, Dear Winston.
Are you suggesting that he is a personal friend of the British Prime Minister?
It is addressed 10 Downing Street.
Are you further suggesting that this raid on the French coast was inspired by nothing more than Herr Churchill's desire for a case of claret? Return the letter.
On what grounds, Herr Major?
On the grounds that he is not permitted to describe German military installations or German personnel.
Jawohl, Herr Major.
Ullmann, Order of the day. All night passes are cancelled until further notice.
Yes, sir.
So I find you still up, Herr Major.
Your best?
Stand at ease. Always on duty.
How was your conference, sir?
A waste of time.
I thought you might stay the night.
No, I wanted to get back. I hear you stopped all home leave.
For the time being, yes, sir.
Is this a disciplinary matter? In which case I could have been informed.
You were not here, sir.
Nevertheless.
Herr Oberst, earlier this week I arranged for the transfer of the commandos here at your request.
I don't see the connection.
It occurred to me that their presence here provided an ideal opportunity to force Colonel Preston's hand. He is aware of the Fuhrer's speech. He must now be under great pressure to get them out. And in the short time available to him, he must choose his best route.
You mean you deliberately created this situation?
Herr Oberst, in taking up my post here, I read your records. There were a number of escapes last year which were never explained. Perhaps tonight we shall find the answer to at least one of them.
I am reassured, Herr Major, to find that, as usual, you are motivated by duty rather than compassion.
Thank you, sir.
I must warn you that I am taking a record of this conversation on paper and shall ask you to sign it.
As you wish, sir.
I wish to make it quite clear that in my absence you have deliberately created a situation in order to provoke an escape attempt.
I am assured, sir, that any such attempt would not have the slightest chance of success.
Yes, I agree with you. The chances are that they will be shot long before that. Perhaps that was your intention.
My intention was and is, sir, to discover the route by which Captain Grant and his friends escaped from this castle, a route which will undoubtedly be used again and again.
Your intentions, Major, are admirable. Your methods disgust me.
Sir, during the winter campaign of last year, in which I had the honor to take part, the Russians shot our officers out of hand, and we shot theirs. Undoubtedly, that will also disgust you. But that is war, as I and many others now know it, and there are few, if any, rules.
There is no movement in the Prominente block. But a guard reports sighting someone on one of the roofs of the Kommandantur courtyard. As you ordered, he didn't challenge.
Where?
Here.
Sit down, old man.
Thank you, sir.
Well, what is your appreciation of the situation?
I cannot see the connection between this escape and the commandos. However, the guard did see someone. It may well have been one of the three. In normal circumstances, I would now sound an alarm.
But there are no risks in allowing this situation to develop?
None, Herr Major. The walls are covered by the guards as far as the clock tower. That leaves only the sewage pit.
And there is no need to sound the alarm.
Old man? Very well, carry on. There is no news. If they wanted to be clear by daybreak, they would have had to start it by now.
I must confess, I am disappointed. It appears that I may have overestimated both their courage and their resourcefulness. Is there any further news on the sighting in the courtyard?
No.
You may stand down if you wish, Ullman. I shall wait. I shall wait all night, if necessary.
Thank you, sir. But I think I shall wait for you. Ullman? Yes? Yes?
Jumbo! Jumbo, wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Nicht rühren, oder ich schieße.
It's very bad mannered of you, Mr. Player, to keep me waiting.
Commandant, I insist that one of your men accompany them.
Really, Colonel...
I still hold you responsible for their safety.
Colonel Preston, these orders are explicit. They are correct. These men are to be transferred.
With your permission, sir, if it will allay the Colonel's anxiety, I shall be happy to escort the prisoners myself.
Bringen Sie die Gefänger!
We have dug the grave as you ordered, sir.
These men are under your command?
Of course.
Tell them to get out of the way.
Excuse me, Herr Mayor. These men have orders.
What orders?
Corporal, to escort the prisoners from here on. Your orders.
You were aware of these orders before we left Colditz? Yes. Why was I not informed?
This is a delicate business, Herr Mayor, as I am sure you will understand.
Very well. I will have the prisoners transferred.
Oh, that is being done now. You will, of course, wish to return to Colditz immediately.